Oh, hi Lynn. My name is Tiffany Dean. I'm an exercise physiologist working at the Sunshine Coast Health Clinic. Dr. Mitchell has asked me to meet with you today, so I'm just interested to know why that you've come in.
Well, I went in to see Dr. Mitchell last week for a checkup from a fall I had 12 months ago. From the fall, I fractured my hip bone, and it turns out I had osteoporosis. Dr. Mitchell asked me what I was doing about strengthening my body last week, and I told him I was too afraid to do anything.
Okay, so exercise scares you because you're afraid to move.
Yeah, I don't like to move because it hurts.
Yeah, well, tell me a bit more about the fall that you had.
Well, I was going down my porch stairs, I was going outside, and I lost my balance and landed on my left side. I couldn't move, and I think I was there for maybe 30 minutes until my neighbour came home and she was able to call the ambulance.
You were there for 30 minutes, half an hour. Well, Lynn, that would have been really, really frightening.
Yeah, I was definitely scared that no one would find me. I live alone too, so I felt very vulnerable.
Well, look, I'm really glad that your neighbour came when she did and called the ambulance for you.
Yeah, so am I.
Well, Lynn, it's been about 12 months, is that right, since your fall, and your meeting with Dr. Mitchell last week. You brought up the fact that you're afraid to exercise because you don't want to hurt yourself. Can you explain to me a bit more of why that's the case?
Well, because of my fall, I really don't want to be immobile like I was. I can barely move as it is today, and I'm afraid that if I go to a gym and do my rehabilitation exercises that I'll fall again and maybe break something else, and I'll be left alone for half an hour or even longer.
Okay, well, to me it sounds like you're a bit apprehensive to exercise because you're afraid that if you do, you'll fall, you'll break something else perhaps, and then be left there even longer and may not even be found. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah? Well, look, Lynn, that's completely normal actually, especially a woman of your age. With osteoporosis, a lot of people actually are apprehensive to exercise because of the fear of falling.
Well, that's good to know that I'm not alone.
Yeah, you're definitely not alone in that matter at all. And so, Lynn, I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind telling me what your quality of life is like just generally each day?
Well, my quality of life isn't good, I guess. I can't do everyday normal things like walking or going from standing to sitting without being in pain. I can't meet with my friends and socialise because it hurts too much to leave the house. Simple things like going to the toilet are challenging, even getting changed. Everything I do hurts me, especially the thought of exercising.
Wow, Lynn, I can definitely see the difficulties and challenges that you go through, and I can completely understand why you'd rather stay home than go out and socialise. Like, what do you make of all that?
Well, I'm not getting any better by not exercising, so I need to change something so I can do these daily activities.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I wouldn't mind asking you, what are some things that are stopping you from exercise, just besides your physical pain that you get from moving?
Well, during winter, when the temperature drops, I feel unstable and more fearful of falling.
Okay, so when the temperature changes, it affects you wanting to go and exercise. Can you think of anything else that might be affecting it?
Well, my doctor has said that I should be doing some sort of physical activity, but I am a little bit confused because I've heard some of my friends say that their doctor says not to do so much, if not any physical activity at all.
Okay, so there's a bit of conflicting advice as such that you've heard about exercise. So that's okay, we'll address that. So up until now though, how have you been coping in moving efficiently?
It is definitely hard. Some days I accept that my bones are fragile better than other days. A lot of the time I feel hesitant to do something because I don't know if that is good for my body. So generally I don't cope very well.
Okay, so some days are better than other days. And look, if we were to, I guess, put it on a scale of your readiness to exercise, from 1 to 10, with 10 being completely ready, where would you be on that scale?
I would say perhaps a 5.
Okay, so why 5?
Because I'm sitting on the fence about whether exercise will actually help me or make moving worse for me, especially because my friend's physiotherapist recommended not to exercise. But at the same time, I don't want to feel like this forever.
Okay, well then what would it take to move that up to a 7?
Maybe some more information about exercising and how it has helped other people in the past who have osteoporosis.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I can easily give you some information about exercising and the effects it has on osteoporosis.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And I suppose it will help clarify the confusion I have about exercise and what my friend's physiotherapist said she shouldn't exercise, why that is.
Absolutely. Like you can make a decision about it yourself. Yeah. Well, because it's coming into winter, and you mentioned before that temperature is something that affects you choosing to exercise, do you reckon you could think of some things that might help you exercise in these cooler months coming up?
Yeah, I would like to exercise inside, and actually I've heard that exercise warms you up naturally. So maybe at the start I can have the heater on, and then once I warm up a bit I'll get nice and toasty by myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's a great idea. That's so easy to do. Absolutely. And Lynn, you mentioned before that by not exercising, you're not getting any better, and you need to do something about it. Can you think of some ideas that might make exercising more enjoyable and actually less fearful for you?
Well, I don't like the idea of going to the gym because it's hard to leave my house. So it'd be great if someone can come to my house and we can do light home exercise sessions.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea. Look, I can definitely arrange for that to happen for you when you're ready to begin exercise and take that step.
At least then I'll be supervised and not alone doing my exercises. Will this person call me after the sessions? Because I'd love to be phoned to know I'm not forgotten.
Yeah, we can definitely make sure that you are in contact with your trainer who's coming into your home and helping you.
Cool.
Let's talk more about improving your quality of life. What are some goals that we can bring to the table to work on improving this?
I'd like to be able to socialise more and get out of the house. So maybe we can arrange for a friend to pick me up from my home and we can go have a coffee together.
That's a great idea, Lynn. We can easily make that happen for you. How often would you want to meet your friend for coffee?
I think I could probably do that about once a week.
Yeah, once a week? Absolutely. Well, perfect. Let's definitely arrange your weekly coffee session with your friend. Now, on the topic of quality of life, I would like to talk more about how we can make it easy for you in terms of going to the bathroom and getting changed.
What do you mean, like, by that? What do you want me to work on?
Well, for instance...
Like, what can help me?
Yeah, what can help you?
Well, the only thing I can think of is to take my time, maybe. Not get worked up about the pain. And I think that when I start to exercises, these activities might get easier.
Yeah, that's a really great idea. Just taking your time and not letting stress get to you and having a healthy mindset about it. And look, Lynn, it sounds to me like you actually are at the beginnings phases of thinking about exercising. Would you agree?
I think so.
Yeah.
I still want to know a little bit more about how to help me move, but I can see now that it can help me improve my quality of life.
Perfect. Well, I'll give you a small pamphlet about exercise and osteoporosis, and let's go and arrange that coffee date with your friend for once a week. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
All right, let's do it.
Cool.